Hey guys, thank you for being with me today. Very excited about the information we're going to share with you today. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Paul. My channel is about making money. Let's get money. Definitely glad to have you guys. Make sure you get a pen and a pad because we're going to be talking about some very important things when it comes to Turo and car renting. And making sure that your rental business is as successful as you can make it, and that you dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's and making sure everything is in order to get things done so that you can progress and become very successful with the car renting business. So today what we're going to talk about is getting reviews on Turo, which is very important. Reviews are very important on Turo, just like anything else. Honestly, I don't stay at a hotel, eat at a restaurant, shop at a store, go to an establishment unless I look at reviews. Reviews are so important because it allows people to get an idea of what they're going to be receiving from you, and before they ever get an opportunity to meet you. So reviews are very important. And the funny thing is that there was a time when I wasn't getting a lot of reviews. When I first started, I wasn't getting a lot of reviews. I was putting in the work, I was doing a great job, but I just wasn't getting a lot of reviews. So today I want to talk about a couple things that can kind of help you start getting reviews, because a lot of times what people will do, they'll definitely give you 5 stars. They'll give you the stars, but they won't give you an actual write-up. And you want to make sure you get those write-ups so that potential renters can come on and see, what they're going to be getting involved in. All right. So when we talk about reviews, basically one of the first things you want to do, and I think is definitely very important, is make sure you're giving people the first class experience. You want to make sure you're giving everybody a first class experience, from the time of pickup to drop off and everything in between. Now, what I mean by first class experiences mean that you're adding a little bit extra to your cars. You're thinking outside the box, and you're making sure that your cars have some of the things necessary to bring another level of comfort to your renters. Go above and beyond. Don't just stay at the just making the car smell good and keeping the car clean, but go above and beyond. And side note, cleanliness is very important for cars. I remember a couple of days ago I was in an Uber, and I got into this Uber, and the Uber wasn't clean at all. And I was a little taken back by that. I probably would never want to use that particular person again if I had the choice. But having your cars clean, smelling good, but the little added things in your cars that make the difference. You want to make sure you got a phone holder, so that your renter won't have to hold their phone, because most renters are coming from out of town, different things. They want to, they don't want to, they need directions. So you want to be able to make sure they have a phone holder they can place their phone in, and follow the GPS. You want to make sure they have things like charging ports in the cars for their phones. You want to make sure that they have the outlets to be able to plug their cords in if your car doesn't come with it. Different things. Just think about different things to give people a first class service, and you want to make sure that the first class service happens from the time you meet them to the time they return the car, and everything in between. When I say everything in between, I'm meaning that there's going to be times during the rental time frame that your customer is going to actually call you and try to contact you. You want to be able to be available to that customer right away. You don't want them to send you messages and you're not getting the messages for an hour and things like that. You want to be on top of that, making sure that you're contacting them back, getting their questions answered or whatever need be in a good amount of time. That's giving first class service when you're talking about this rental business. So that's one of the things you want to do. You want to make sure you give top-notch service, give first class service to your renters, so they definitely want to come back to you again. A lot of times, what I do also is I like to entice the customer by giving them an incentive. One of the incentives I give them is I tell them, like, okay, hey, if you go and leave me a review, I will make sure that I give you 10% off of your next rental. Sometimes what happens is that can kind of, because what I've found is, even though sometimes when you get the first class service, people are not accustomed to going into the apps and writing up anything. They're accustomed to giving you stars, but a lot of times they're just not accustomed to writing up anything. So you want to make sure you give them that incentive and say, listen, you go in and write something up, I'm gonna give you 10% off your next rental. Now, one of the good things about being able to do that is that you just killed two birds with one stone. On one hand, you're giving an incentive to your customer. You're motivating them now to go in and make sure that they leave a review, because they're gonna want to get that percentage off their next rental. And then number two, you're building a repeat customer. One of the most important things you can have in this business is repeat customers. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there's times when my cars were moving. I have 3 cars on a rental car platform on Turo. I have 3 cars, and there was times when my cars didn't stay parked more than a day. But then you have slow times when maybe air traffic is different. Maybe with the COVID outbreak and different things happen that kind of slow traffic down. You may not necessarily be getting a lot of renters like you once were. And then that's when those repeat renters are gonna kick in. You're gonna see them coming back, because a lot of those could be local. I have a lot of local renters, and I have renters that rent with me locally that use my cars all the time. And I give them incentives. I give them incentives to the 10% off their rentals when they leave a review. That's a couple of things you want to do to be able to make sure you're taking care of your customers and to keep them coming back. Because the thing of it is that those return customers are gonna be definitely what you want to build, and you want to be able to drive your business. So those are a couple of things I just wanted to throw out there really, really quick, to help you start getting reviews, because you'll see that they come in really slowly in the beginning. You may not necessarily be getting a lot of reviews in the beginning, but you can just do these couple things, making sure you're giving top class service, you're giving first class service to your customers, and also that you're giving them that incentive. Let them know, at the end of the rental, hey, if you do this for me, if you make sure you're going to leave a review, let people know your experience renting with me, then I'll make sure I give you 10% off for your next rental. And chances are, most of the time, I've never had people that didn't do it. They went right away and left the review. And a lot of times, some people just got to be reminded to do it, because a lot of times people are busy, they're moving, they see those stars and they just hit the stars and whatever, and they just keep it moving. But you definitely want to make sure you're getting that right up in those reviews. So I hope I was able to help you. I hope that added value to you. Make sure you continue to watch my channel. Please like, please subscribe, and please share, so I can continue to build this channel and get information out like this for other people who's thinking about getting into this rental car industry. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll be seeing you guys next time. Take care.